Yes, welcome to another edition of the No State Project, the Success Stories edition. I know I haven't done these for a while. I had a bunch on the summer, and I just never got around to posting it. But this one I think is significant. I want to make sure that I get this posted, and I will do my best to stay on top of that so that I can get these filed in a more timely manner, or get them posted rather. Um, so. This is traffic, but there was one of them was a felony that was knocked down because they were able to show the individual was able to show who fought this was able to show that the cops there was some serious discrepancies on that factually wise. It was just a mess, so they dropped it down from a forged instrument to possession of a forged instrument, which was then a misdemeanor. So, but there were at least 4 charges, and here's the document. Now, I'll get into this in a second. You can see where the charges are right there. It is out of New York. It is criminal. There's a reason why there's so much redacted here, and that is because because of this, that it was sealed, and it was sealed pursuant to the defendant's request. And yes, he did give me permission to redact and post this. But you can see that everything was dismissed. All the charges were thrown out. So a little bit of information here. He did file the motion to dismiss and the Brady request. And there was an attorney involved. This is one of the reasons why I didn't get it posted right away. It says, no record of attorney readily available. Defendant states counsel was assigned. They actually put him in jail for a day, and while he was in jail, they forced an attorney on him, and he did object to that and stated that he did not want an attorney, and if they were going to force an attorney on him, it could only be as standby counsel so that he could still file his own paperwork and make make objections and argument, and actually defend himself with assistance. And so he did file the motion to dismiss. He did file the Brady request and send it to the clerk of the court and the prosecution. And before anyone says, according to the defendant here, and I've worked with him a lot for at least 4 years on other things, no reason to doubt that he's lying to me, but from the defendant himself, that all the attorney, now yes, these were thrown out. You can see right here, all of them were tossed out. So before anyone says, well, he had an attorney, it must have been for the attorney, all the attorney wanted to do was the basic make a deal. He was not looking for a dismissal at all. He wasn't doing anything like that. He just wanted him to pay the fines and make a deal. So at the last hearing in August, it was a pretrial. They would not address the issue of jurisdiction and the Brady material. One thing that they did address was when the defendant brought up the prosecution's failure to comply with New York CPL section 30.30, which requires a certificate of readiness. And the deadline had ran out a few weeks prior to the August 2nd hearing. So the judge on that tossed everything out. Now, you could say that had nothing to do with the motion to dismiss and the Brady request and challenging jurisdiction and showing that there wasn't a valid cause of action there. There was no subject matter jurisdiction as well as personal jurisdiction. However, plausible that may be, I don't think it's too probable, because they were prosecuting him pretty vigorously, and to just basically let the clock run out, I'm not buying it. I believe they let the clock run out because of his defense, because they, at least facts-wise, they because it is a code violation. Fact-wise, they may have had the goods on the guy, and it wouldn't have been a matter as far difficult to prove as far as the merits. But they weren't able to prove that the laws applied in the first place. So therefore, anything to show that he allegedly violated the law was then irrelevant and therefore not admissible. So it's plausible they just let it run out. They let the clock run out for an easy dismissal because they're just they're so swamped. They're just so busy in that office, and they can't be bothered to take anybody to trial. Which, hey, if you're in the New York area and you believe that, all you got to do is put up any defense, and the fact that they're busy means, if you agree with that kind of reasoning, then you stand a really good chance of getting it thrown out by just doing anything. I don't believe that that's the case. I think if they had the proof, if they could meet their burden of proof, then I think they would have just done it instead of just running the clock. So a big congratulations. I'm not going to reveal his name, but I do appreciate the opportunity to be able to post this and congratulate him on a job well done. That he, despite the attorney trying to help the prosecution get him to enter a deal, he stuck to his guns, stuck to challenging jurisdiction, and nailing the prosecution on the lack of evidence to meet their burden of proof, and it ultimately did get tossed out. Yes, they didn't comply with the code for the certificate of readiness, and I think it's an easy way just to make the whole thing go away. But again, congratulations. Appreciate being able to post that. We'll get that up at markstevens.net. If you disagree with what I presented here on the show, or what I have here at markstevens.net, you're more than welcome to call into a live broadcast, since we do 4 hours of live broadcasting every single week.